Lion Air Flight 610, the Boeing 737 MAX 8 controversy. Welcome to Air Crash Detective. Tonight we delve into the tragic story of Lion Air Flight 610. On October 29, 2018, Lion Air Flight 610, a Boeing 737 MAX 8, departed from Soekarno-Hatta International Airport in Jakarta, Indonesia, bound for Depati Amir Airport in Pangkal Pinang. Tragically, this routine flight ended in catastrophe. Just 13 minutes after takeoff, the aircraft crashed into the Java Sea, killing all 189 people on board. The investigation revealed that faulty software played a critical role in the disaster, highlighting serious concerns about the aircraft's design and the importance of proper training and system management. Conditions on the day of the flight. On October 29, 2018, the weather conditions in Jakarta were typical for the region. The skies were clear and visibility was good, with no significant turbulence or adverse weather phenomena reported. Winds were light and variable, and the temperature was around 26 degrees Celsius, 79 degrees Fahrenheit. These favourable weather conditions indicated that external environmental factors were not a significant contributor to the crash, allowing investigators to focus on internal factors related to the aircraft and its operation. The airline and its crew. Lion Air, one of Indonesia's largest airlines, had been rapidly expanding its fleet and operations. The airline had faced scrutiny in the past for safety and maintenance issues, but was working towards improving its safety standards. The crew of Flight 610 included experienced professionals. Captain Bhavi Suneja, aged 31 with over 6,000 flight hours. Captain Suneja was an experienced pilot with extensive experience flying the Boeing 737. He was known for his professionalism and dedication to safety. First Officer Harvino, aged 41 with over 5,100 flight hours. First Officer Harvino was competent and well trained, with a solid understanding of the aircraft and its systems. In total, there were 8 crew members on board, including 6 flight attendants trained to handle a variety of in-flight situations and emergencies. The professionalism and experience of the crew were evident in their adherence to protocols and their efforts to ensure passenger safety. The aircraft, Boeing 737 MAX 8. Lion Air Flight 610 was operated by a Boeing 737 MAX 8, a new generation of the popular 737 series. Let's delve into the specifics of this model. Model, Boeing 737 MAX 8, part of the MAX series known for its fuel efficiency and advanced technology. First flight, January 29, 2016, introducing new engines, advanced aerodynamics and updated avionics. Capacity, configured to carry up to 210 passengers in a single-class layout, optimizing for short to medium-haul flights. Maximum altitude, capable of reaching up to 41,000 feet, allowing for flexible flight operations above weather disturbances. Range, approximately 3,550 nautical miles, 6,570 kilometers, making it suitable for a variety of routes. Engines equipped with 2 CFM International LEAP 1B engines, each providing about 28,000 pounds of thrust, known for their fuel efficiency and performance. Dimensions. The aircraft measured 129 feet 8 inches, 39.52 meters, in length, and had a wingspan of 117 feet 10 inches, 35.9 meters, making it highly maneuverable. The Boeing 737 MAX 8 was celebrated for its advanced avionics, including the Maneuvering Characteristics Augmentation System (MCAS), designed to enhance handling characteristics and prevent stalls. However, the events of Flight 610 highlighted critical flaws in this system and its impact on flight safety. Flight departure and initial ascent. Lion Air Flight 610 took off from Soekarno-Hatta International Airport at 6:20 a.m. local time, heading for Depati Amir Airport. The aircraft had experienced technical issues on its previous flight the day before, including unreliable airspeed and altitude readings, but these issues were reportedly addressed by maintenance personnel. However, they would re-emerge during the ill-fated flight. As the aircraft climbed to its cruising altitude, the flight crew began to experience problems with the flight control systems almost immediately after takeoff. The first officer reported flight control problems to air traffic control within 2 minutes of departure. The aircraft was oscillating in altitude and experiencing erratic airspeed indications. These initial signs of trouble were critical indicators of the unfolding disaster. The pilots struggled to maintain control of the aircraft, with the stick shaker, a device that warns of an impending stall, activating and continuing to vibrate the captain's control column throughout the flight. This created an alarming situation in the cockpit, further complicating the crew's ability to diagnose and address the issue effectively. Pre-disaster moments. Shortly after takeoff, the flight crew began to experience issues with the aircraft's flight control systems. The aircraft's sensors provided incorrect data about the angle of attack, AOA, a critical parameter indicating the aircraft's orientation relative to oncoming air. This incorrect data triggered the MCAS, which automatically adjusted the aircraft's pitch to prevent a stall by pushing the nose down. The crew attempted to counteract the MCAS's nose-down inputs by pulling back on the control column and adjusting trim settings. Despite their efforts, the MCAS re-engaged multiple times, creating a struggle between the pilot's manual inputs and the automated system. The cockpit voice recorder captured the crew's confusion and increasing alarm as they tried to understand and rectify the issue. Communications with air traffic control indicated the crew's growing distress and their request to return to the airport. In their communications, the pilots expressed concern over the flight control problems and requested to return to Jakarta. However, the continuous activation of the MCAS, based on faulty AOA sensor data, made it extremely difficult for the pilots to stabilize the aircraft. The catastrophic event. At approximately 6:33 a.m., just 13 minutes after takeoff, Lion Air Flight 610 entered a rapid descent from an altitude of about 5,000 feet. The erroneous AOA data had continuously triggered the MCAS, pushing the aircraft's nose down despite the pilot's repeated efforts to regain control. The aircraft's speed increased dramatically as it descended toward the Java Sea. The flight data recorder revealed the persistent and conflicting inputs from the MCAS and the pilots. The data showed that the MCAS activated more than 20 times during the brief flight, each time counteracting the pilot's attempts to stabilize the aircraft. The rapid descent and increasing speed made it impossible for the crew to recover, leading to the aircraft's impact with the water at high velocity. The aircraft impacted the Java Sea at a speed of approximately 450 knots, 833 kilometers per h, and a descent rate of over 20,000 feet per minute. The force of the impact disintegrated the aircraft, scattering debris over a wide area and making recovery operations extremely challenging. Aircraft response to the catastrophe. The Boeing 737 MAX 8, despite its advanced design and multiple safety features, was not able to overcome the critical flaws in the MCAS. The system's repeated and aggressive nose-down inputs, based on erroneous AOA data, led to a loss of control that the pilots could not counteract. The aircraft's robust construction and redundancy systems were rendered ineffective by the persistent and incorrect automatic inputs from the MCAS. The flight data recorder provided crucial insights into the sequence of events, highlighting the MCAS's role in the aircraft's persistent nose-down pitch. The mechanical integrity of the aircraft was not compromised by any external factors, but the flawed software and sensor data led to the catastrophic failure. The investigation revealed that the AOA sensor had been replaced the night before the flight due to previous issues, but the installation and subsequent testing were inadequate. This faulty sensor sent incorrect data to the MCAS, initiating a chain of events that the pilots could not overcome. Crew and passenger final moments. The final moments on Lion Air Flight 610 were marked by confusion, terror and helplessness. The cockpit voice recorder captured the pilots' desperate efforts to understand and counteract the MCAS's actions. The crew's increasing frustration and alarm were evident as they struggled to regain control of the aircraft. Passengers likely experienced a sudden awareness of the abnormal flight behaviour, feeling the rapid and repeated nose-down movements. The cabin crew, despite their training, would have been unable to manage the situation effectively given the rapid progression of events. The final seconds before impact were filled with panic and chaos as the reality of the impending crash became undeniable. Despite the crew's training and the aircraft's safety features, the combination of faulty software and sensor data rendered all efforts futile. The tragedy highlighted the critical importance of software reliability and proper pilot training in managing automated systems. Impact, aftermath and reforms. The crash of Lion Air Flight 610 resulted in the loss of all 189 lives on board. The crash site, in the Java Sea, was a scene of devastation, with debris scattered over a wide area and rescue teams working tirelessly to recover victims and investigate the wreckage. The impact occurred at a speed of around 450 knots, 833 km per h, and a descent rate of over 20,000 feet per minute. The investigation, led by the Indonesian National Transportation Safety Committee, KNKT, concluded that the crash was caused by a combination of faulty MCAS software, erroneous AOA sensor data, and inadequate pilot training on the new system. The investigation highlighted critical gaps in the design and certification of the MCAS, as well as the need for improved training for flight crews on handling system malfunctions. In the aftermath, significant reforms were implemented to enhance aviation safety. Boeing updated the MCAS software to include additional safeguards to prevent erroneous activation. The FAA and other regulatory bodies mandated revised training programs for pilots to ensure they are fully equipped to handle automated systems. The legacy of Lion Air Flight 610 underscores the importance of vigilance, thorough testing, and comprehensive training in aviation operations to prevent similar tragedies. The Boeing 737 MAX controversy. The tragedy of Lion Air Flight 610 was the first major incident involving the Boeing 737 MAX, and it exposed significant flaws in the aircraft's design and certification process. The MCAS system, designed to improve handling and prevent stalls, was found to be overly aggressive and prone to activation based on a single faulty AOA sensor. The lack of proper documentation and training on the MCAS system for pilots further exacerbated the situation. Following the crash, scrutiny on the Boeing 737 MAX intensified. Just 5 months later, on March 10, 2019, Ethiopian Airlines Flight 302, another Boeing 737 MAX 8, crashed under similar circumstances, killing all 157 people on board. The similarities between the two crashes prompted a global grounding of the Boeing 737 MAX fleet. Investigations into the crashes revealed systemic issues within Boeing and the FAA's certification process. Boeing was found to have downplayed the significance of the MCAS system and failed to provide adequate training for pilots. The FAA was criticised for its oversight and delegation of certain certification tasks to Boeing. The controversy surrounding the Boeing 737 MAX led to significant changes in aviation safety regulations and oversight. Boeing faced severe financial and reputational damage, leading to leadership changes and a renewed focus on safety. The FAA and other regulatory bodies implemented stricter certification processes and increased scrutiny on aircraft manufacturers. The grounding of the Boeing 737 MAX lasted for nearly 2 years, during which Boeing made extensive modifications to the MCAS system, improved training programs, and enhanced safety features. The aircraft was recertified and gradually returned to service, but the legacy of the Lion Air and Ethiopian Airlines crashes continues to impact the aviation industry. Thank you for watching Air Crash Detective. If you found this video informative, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more detailed accounts of aviation disasters and safety investigations.